Alright, so I'm out here trying to beat the storm. I was gonna plant the Jerusalem artichokes, and the ones that I thought I all dug up were in this bed, and they've already all come up. They're that high. So this bed, the plastic had disintegrated up near the top. However, the bottom of it was still good. You can see the part that was next to the rusty part, but it was pretty raggedy. So even though this isn't what you normally do right before you get a storm, that's what I'm doing. So I've had several requests of how I put my sit beds together. So I thought I would just show you real quick. There is a drain spout in here in the bottom, and you see there's a hole right here, which is where that drain spout goes in. So I'm going to try to get that lined up. Perfect. So the plastic goes in, and then that, a little extra piece for the middle. And I didn't bring a shovel, unfortunately, because I wasn't planning on doing this. I don't see a shovel in there, so we're gonna scoop it. So sand first. We put this layer on. This is wheat cloth, and it worked really good this last time, and it's still in good shape. So the wheat cloth goes on first. It keeps the drain pipe from getting clogged up. You just kind of tuck it in, wrap it around. I'll bring the camera over in just a moment to show you. Make sure the ends are covered. Those vines will find a way if they're able to. What this does is it makes it so in the middle of the summer, with our real high temps, I still only have to water normally about twice a month. So I'm going to bring it over and show you the inside. So that is the weed cloth. Let me make sure. I know right now you see an awful lot of plastic. And so we're just going to dump the sand on top of that. The sand is used to wick it up, and it wicks the water up. So it keeps about 3 inches of water in the bottom. You don't have to have a whole lot, just a good covering. Make sure you still have a good spot to put your inlet hose, which I threw out. So this is what the water goes down in. Stationary it right there. Hoping some of these are roots and stuff, they'll break down. I would really love to have a shovel right now. This is working. As far as I know, the Jerusalem artichokes are not real picky, but we're going to give them some extra goodness. Coming over to the rabbit pen area. And this is why I collect containers because it's something I can lift and manage. And so that is how you put a sit bed together. I just hated to put a new plant in there, so that plastic had lasted for 2 years. And the bottom of it had still not lost its integrity, just the top that's exposed to the sun. This has some bits of plastic in it, so I don't want to put a lot of it in there. So what I'm going to do now is dump out these Jerusalem artichokes. I don't know what type of cleanup we're going to have after the storm. And again, these are ones that I pulled out of that bed and thought I had gotten them all. I heard online that you can't ever get them all, so I guess that's true. So here is the Jerusalem artichokes. I'm going to go get a bucket of the compost and put on top, so when it rains, that rain's going to come down and put all those good things down into the soil. Again, you don't water from the top, you actually fill up this tube. It fills up the 3 inches on the bottom. Any excess comes out of that blue tube that is stuck inside one of those one of those pipes. And so it keeps your bed from overflowing or getting too much water in it. And has worked really good for me. There is a way to cut this plastic. I just couldn't remember, where you make a cone out of it, cut a circular motion at the top, and it actually fits pretty perfect. But I was in a hurry, just wanting to get this done before the storm comes in. It's supposed to be really high winds. Just a quick glance at the rabbits. Still hoping that doesn't come toppling over. It's pretty secure, but they enjoy being down on the ground. And we will see how quickly these artichokes, Jerusalem artichokes, catch up to those, which of course is not a true artichoke. It's more from the sunflower family, and they evidently do spread, so that's why I'm keeping them in a bucket. And we'll see how the rest of the growing progression works. I'm going to go ahead and sign off and cut this plastic and get it all picked up so the wind doesn't blow it around. Oh, there is one more thing. Let's see if I can set this right here. I almost forgot. We have the worm bucket that goes in each bin. And you can't tell, but there are some worms in there that were left over through the winter. I still continue to feed things through the winter and water the soil and the worms. You don't forget about your garden in the winter, because there's still living organisms in it, even though you don't have plants growing. So this goes down right in the middle of the bed, and it's going to have more soil around it. And then I have an old bell pepper. The whole thing goes in there. Some beans, coffee grounds, looks like pickles, tomatoes, cabbage. All that goes in to feed the worms. I'll top dress over top of the Jerusalem artichokes. And it's crazy, I'm new to the Jerusalem artichokes. I'm pretty sure the root end goes down, but it almost looks like it's sprouting. I would think the root end goes down, but it only makes sense. So I might stick a couple of them in. Some of them are just going to go sideways and have to figure it out. I have found that nature has a way of figuring things out, even if we mess it up. So some of those are down in there. The other ones are going to be covered. And we'll just see what we get.